Strum of the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with another edition of WisBusiness.com, The Show, brought to you by Grant Thornton and Madison Gas and Electric. On today's show, Tom Still rings in the new year with 10 trends to watch in 2010. And Kurt Bauer of the Wisconsin Bankers Association answers a question many businesses are asking: are banks in Wisconsin making loans? I'll be right back with what's rising and falling in the WisBusiness.com stock report.
What has made Grant Thornton one of the largest accounting organizations in the world, with resources in more than 100 countries worldwide? Is it their global capabilities, or is it their passion for how they serve their clients? Grant Thornton.
Here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for early January 2010. Rising, Airtran Airways. Despite the entry of Southwest Airlines into the Milwaukee market, Atlanta-based Airtran Airways will continue to expand at Mitchell Field. Airtran says it will begin basing pilots and flight attendants in Milwaukee starting in April. That's good news for air travelers who are benefiting from the price competition among discounters. And falling, the state's greyhound racing industry. 2 decades ago, the industry was hot in Wisconsin with 5 new tracks and a steady stream of patrons. But Native American casinos, the changing tastes of gamblers, and more competition for their entertainment dollar killed the industry in Wisconsin. The end of 2009 brought an end to the last operating track, Dairyland Greyhound Park in Kenosha. That's the WisBusiness.com stock report for this week. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Good riddance to 2009, a bruising year for the economy, and welcome to 2010, which could hardly be more punishing. Here are 10 trends to watch in 2010. Entrepreneurs as the new job builders. More people may employ themselves and others as they pursue entrepreneurial ventures launched when their 9-to-5 careers blew up. Attracting more venture capital. Wisconsin needs more venture capital so its most promising early-stage companies can grow. A mix of private and public efforts will aim to generate more homegrown capital and attract outside investors. Building a green economy without scaring business. Look for a statewide conversation about how Wisconsin can position itself as a green economy state without frightening manufacturers who can't afford another hit. Jim Doyle's legacy lap. Wisconsin's governor isn't running for re-election, but his body of work will hover around the candidates hoping to succeed him. Listen carefully as they explain how they will build upon Doyle's support for the innovation economy. Stem cell technologies begin to come of age. The promise of stem cell research was oversold in the short run, but its long-term potential to revolutionize medicine is understated. Big Pharma goes shopping. Major pharmaceutical companies want their R&D pipelines stocked with promising drugs. One of the best places to find biotech therapies and diagnostics is inside Wisconsin startup companies. Making healthcare reform work for Wisconsin. The Senate bill had something for everyone to hate, but it could help Wisconsin in at least 2 ways: easing a 40-year-old Medicare payment penalty and protecting the intellectual work behind biotech drugs. Learning from the Mercury Marine deal. The same mix of incentives used to keep Mercury Marine in Wisconsin could attract expansions by large and mid-sized companies, particularly those in the tech sector. Educating tomorrow's workers now. Some states have committed to improving science, technology, engineering, and math education. Wisconsin should do the same. Competing globally, collaborating regionally. Gone are the days when Wisconsin could prosper by competing with neighboring states or through city-to-city rivalries. Wisconsin must continue to compete on a global stage while seeking natural alliances close to home. Those are 10 trends to watch in 2010. Here's to a happier, more productive 2010.
Thanks, Tom. I'm back with Kurt Bauer, president of the Wisconsin Bankers Association. Thanks for joining us, Kurt.
My pleasure.
It was a tough public relations year for banks in 2009. Will Wisconsin banks make more loans in 2010?
Well, right now, the biggest obstacle that we're seeing for lending in Wisconsin isn't so much that banks aren't lending. It's loan demand. It's very weak right now across the state, according to a survey of our bank CEOs, and we're projecting that that's going to continue throughout the first 6 months of the year.
What do your member banks see happening in the state's major sectors such as retail, construction, and manufacturing in 2010?
Well, the majority of bank CEOs around the state would rank the Wisconsin economy as pretty weak right now, and again, they're projecting that to stay the same through the first 6 months of the year. So we're not seeing a lot of loan demand, and right now we're also finding that there are fewer creditworthy businesses that are seeking loans. And of course, there's regulatory pressure on the banks as well. So we're seeing a variety of different obstacles to bank lending in the state of Wisconsin and nationally.
The annual WBA luncheon is set for January 14th in Madison. What will people hear if they attend?
Well, there'll be a free session on credit availability that may be of interest to some folks on the topic that we just discussed, credit availability. And we'll have a UW professor talk about credit trends nationwide and in Wisconsin. For the economic forecast itself, we'll have Sam Kahan from the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago and Dean Knetter from the University of Wisconsin Business School. Ought to be a very good presentation, very timely to be sure, with hopefully the economy on a recovery. I think everybody's going to be very interested in the topic.
Thanks, Kurt, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show, produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and brought to you by Grant Thornton and MG&E. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum. See you next time.